Hello students, I am Harshala Datte, Senior Lecturer of Department of Computer Engineering, Shift B. In this video lecture, we are going to start Unit 3, that is Stack and Queue. Till now we have completed 2 units. In Unit 1 we have learned what is data structure, need of data structure and classification of data structure. Here we see that there are two types of data structure, primitive and non-primitive, where again non-primitive data structures are subdivided into two parts, linear data structure and the non-linear data structure. So as you all know that the stack, queue, linked list and array are the linear data structure, whereas tree and graph are the non-linear data structure. In this unit, we are going to learn two linear data structure, that is stack and queues, as well as the operations on that linear data structure, that is operations on stack and operation and of queues. As well as we are going to learn what are the applications of stack as well as queue. So in this video, I am going to introduce you the stack and the operation on the stacks. The unit outcome of this video is to develop an algorithm to perform push and pop operation on the given item in a stack. These are the learning outcomes of this video. Understand the stack definition, understand working principle of stack, understand stack as an ADT. If you remember, ADT stands for abstract data type. If you want to implement any data structure, you have to first make the prototype of it. That is nothing but the ADT of it. So before implementing stack, we are going to construct ADT, abstract data type of the stack. That is nothing but the prototype of the stack. Next learning outcome of this video is understand the operations on the stack. Push operation on the stack. So next we are going to learn push algorithm implementation. Understand the overflow condition. It is a condition when it is occur when we perform the push operation. Next is the pop algorithm implementation. Understand the underflow condition. It is a condition it is occur while performing the pop operation. And last operation is the stack display operation. So in this video lecture we are going to see the three operations as well as two conditions. Three operations are push, pop and display, and conditions are underflow condition and the overflow condition. So let us start this stack with the definition. So what is stack? A stack is a non-primitive linear data structure in which an element may be inserted or deleted at one end, called top of the stack. Means you can insert and delete element from only one end. Unlike the array, in array you can insert anywhere in the you can insert the element anywhere in the array. We have seen in experiment number 1 where we perform insert and delete operation on array. You can insert any element at any position in array by passing the position and the value to be inserted. But in stack you can insert or delete the element from only one end, and that end is called the top of the stack. This is the this is a physical stack. You can see that, and on that there is a pointer top of the stack. So let us see some real-time examples of the stack. Stack of books, stack of plates, stack of chairs, and stack of rings. This last example you have seen at your home if you have any kid, any small children at your home. So in all this example, take an example of stack of plate. So here on the top of the on the top there is a purple color plate. So that purple color plate will be placed at the last, not at the first, and the blue color which is at the bottom should be placed first in the stack. Okay. So this is what the stack of the different real-time examples. So Here you can see that in stack you can insert and delete the element from only one end, that is top. So take an example of rings. So red rings must be inserted first, then orange ring, then yellow ring, then green ring, then blue, and then purple. So whatever element inserted first, it is the element to be deleted last. So which one is the last ring that is to be inserted in that stack? Of course, it is a purple color. Okay. So if you want to remove any element from this ring stack, so you have to remove first what? Purple color ring. So which is going to the last, that is the one which is going to be deleted first. This is what the principle of stack. Last in, first out. Let us see some computer examples. For reversing the string, we are using the stack. Take an example. If you want to reverse the string spot, S-P-O-T, what you do? You put all the character one by one in the stack. For example, see, first we insert, put the S into the stack, then P into the stack, then O into the stack, then P onto the stack. After that, inserting all the character one by one, we remove it. You first remove the T because it is at top position. Don't forget, the definition of stack is insertion and deletion from the top only. So you insert S, then P, then O, then T. Now you will remove first what? T. You cannot remove S first. You have to remove from the top end. So you have to remove first T, then O, then P, then S. So see, this is your string in reverse order. Your string was spot and in reverse order is TOPS, stops. Okay. So this is a working principle of the stack. Stacks are known as the last in first out list, as the items can be added or removed only from the top. That is, last item to be added to the stack is the first item to be removed. That as I explained you in the that ring example. Okay, the purple color ring was added last to the pole. So purple color ring is the one which is removed first. So last in, first out. You can also call it in reverse, like first out, last in. Okay, this is nothing but the opposite of the LIFO. So stack is also known as the last in first out list. See, this is the example, last in first out. What is inserted first in the stack? 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. If you want to pop it, you have to first pop the 6 which is entered in the stack at last. Then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1. So this is the principle of stack. Last in, first out. Now make edit of the stack. How stack will work? What is the prototype of the stack? What you are going to do? You are going to perform the. You are going to do two operations on the stack. That is push and pop. So push is nothing but the insert operation. Pop is nothing but the delete operation. So first operation you are going to implement on the stack is the initialization of the stack. Your initialization of stack, your stack should be empty. So how you initialize stack to be empty, we will see now. We will see now. Next, the add operation of the stack is called as the push. So insert operation is known as the push. Top is a pointer which is used to access the top element of the stack. As I told you that in stack you can insert and delete elements from only one end, that is top of the stack. So you have to know where is the top. So in stack we are using the top pointer, TOP top pointer, to access the top element of the stack. Next is the push elements at the top of the stack. The delete operation is called the pop operation. If you want to perform the delete operation on the stack, it is known as the pop. Pop delete the elements at the top of the stack. So if you go to if you perform the pop operation, it will delete the element from the top. Push operation on the stack causes the stack overflow. So overflow means what? If your stack size is 3 and you insert 3 elements, and if you want to if you try to insert a new element on the full stack, which is already full, then there is a condition occur known as stack overflow. And pop operation on an empty stack causes the stack underflow. Like if you cannot insert the element on a full stack, likewise you cannot delete the element from the empty stack. So if you try to insert the element or push the element on the full stack, it causes the overflow. If you try to delete the element, pop the element from the empty stack, it causes the underflow. This is a stack representation using array. So now we are going to implement the stack. So if you want to implement a stack, you can implement it using the array. How we will see now. So this is the stack. This is nothing but the array which is drawn in a vertical manner. We always draw this array in a horizontal manner. It is only the array, but it is drawn in a vertical manner. So you can see the index numbers of the array 0, 1, 2, and the elements are 10, 20, and 30. So this is the array. If you want to make it stack, so you have to add one thing which is nothing but the top pointer. So this is the top pointer. Top pointer is the pointer which stores the index value of the top element. So which is the top element? 30. So what is the index of that top element? 2. So what top holds? Top holds the value 2. Okay. So top always stores the index value of the top element of the stack. So now we will see the structure of stack. So you can see that in physical structure of stack there is a one array and one variable. So likewise we write the stack in this C struct stack. This is the syntax of the structure and structure name is the stack. So what you see here is the one array of size 3. As we store 10, 20, 30, so data type is of course integer. So we declare array A with size 3 of the data type integer. Other than this, there is a one member another, that is top. So we declare next top. Top always holds the index value and index value is in integer form. So we write here in top. Okay. So this is what the structure of the stack. So how you make the stack? Using one array and one variable whose variable name is top. So first operation, if you want to initialize the array to be empty, so how you initialize array to be empty? By making top is equal to -1. What top actually has? Top always have the index value of the topmost element of the stack. If there is no element in the stack, see, this is the stack where there are no elements. If there is a one element, then top will pointed here, right? So top will contain the value 0. If there are two elements, top will point to the 1. If there are three elements, then top will point to the 2. But if there are no element, then top will be below 0. So below 0 is value is what? -1. So if you want to make the stack empty, we put -1 value into the top. Next is a function for the stack initialization. In stack initialization, we make the stack empty. How you can make the stack empty? By putting -1 or by initializing -1 to the top variable. We will see the function now. See, this is the structure of stack, struct stack. For making stack, we require two things, array and top. One array and one top variable. And S is the structure variable. Now we are going to write the function for the initialization. So this is the function init function init stack. So we pass the S. Here you can see we are passing the pointer S. S is nothing but the structure variable. Whenever we pass the S pointer S, we are actually passing array element as well as the top value. Okay. So this is the init stack which takes the parameter S, that is the structure variable. And what is the logic for making the stack empty? Put the -1 to the top. So we write the code top is equal to -1. But we cannot write top is equal to -1. Why? Because top is the structure variable and you can access the structure members variable with the structure variable. So which is the structure variable we created here? S. So if you want to access the top, you write down s dot top, right now? You write s dot top in your PIC subject. So instead of dot, you can make this arrow. Okay. So this is nothing but a s of top. It is pronounced as s of top. So x of top is equal to -1. So from this line, your stack will be empty. So this is the first initialization function. We are going to learn four functions. Initialization, here we make the stack empty. Then push function, which is used to insert the element onto the stack at the top position. Then pop function, which removes the element from the stack from the top variable only. And the last function is a display. Okay. So next operation is a push. The push operation is used to insert the element into the stack at top. So how to perform the push operation? There are two steps required to perform the push operation. If you want to push any element onto the stack, you have to perform these two steps. First step is increment the top by 1, and the next step is place the item. Item is a number which is to be inserted into the stack at the top position of the array. See, first step is increment the top by 1, top plus plus, and the second step is insert the element item which is to be inserted into the stack at the top position of the array. See here, we pass the position as the top because the definition of array stack is we can insert and delete the element at only one end, that is the top. So let us see with the diagram. This is this is empty stack. You can see that we make the empty stack by putting -1 at the top, by initializing -1 at the top variable. So this is a stack. This is not array. This is a stack. Why? For making stack we require one array and one top variable. So this is the empty stack. Next, if you want to perform the operation push 10. So tell me where push is 10 element is going to be placed in the stack. Here at 0th position. So for push 10, you have to perform these two steps. First step is what? Top plus plus. What is top now? -1. So -1 plus 1, it will become 0. Next step is what? Place item which is to be inserted. Here what is the item? 10. At the top position of the array. So where top point? 0. So we place 10 at what? A of 0. A of 0, we place the element at the A of 0. See, we place the 10 at A of 0. Again, repeat the push operation. If you want to insert or if you want to push the next element, that is push 20. So first step is what? Top plus plus. What top contains now? 0. So 0 plus 1, 1. So top will point to the 1. Now we place the item. What is item now? It is a 20 at the top position of array, means A of 1, right? So this is what the how 20 is pushed on the stack. If you want to perform again push operation, push 30. Again two steps same. Top plus plus. Current top value is a 1, so 1 plus 1 it will go to the 2, and we insert the element 30 at the top position, means A of 2 is equal to 30. See, A of 2 is equal to 30. Since array size, stack size is a 3, we perform the push operation 3 times. Push 10, push 20 and push 30. Now your stack is full. Okay. If you want to push another element on the full stack, for example, let us say if you want to push 40. So what happens? Is there any place in the stack? No. If you remember, in array, if we insert any element into the array which is full, what it does, it will remove automatically the last element which is present in the array. But in stack, there is no overwriting or no removing of the existing element. So if your stack is full, there is a no place. The stack should give the error or give the error message to the user. How we will see that. So here is the stack is full with the three elements 10, 20, 30, and we are going to perform the push 40 operation. So Before performing the push operation, you have to first check whether there is a place in a stack or not. So, see, since top is equal to 2, means top reach to the last position, maximum position. So we write down, since top is equal to max minus 1, where max is the size of the array. What is size of the array? 3. Size of the stack is 3. So 3 minus 1, 2. If top is equal to max minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, 2, then we print a message that stack overflow. So this is the stack overflow condition. If you try to push the element onto the full stack, then there is a condition called stack overflow. So what is the stack overflow condition here? Top is equal to max minus 1, where max is number of elements in an array. So how many elements are present in an array? 3. So 3 minus 1, 2. When top is equal to 2, you print the message there is a stack overflow. You cannot perform the push operation. So these are the concept of the push operation. If you want to perform the push operation, you have to first check whether there is a stack overflow or not. If there is a overflow, you return the control by giving the error message stack overflow. If there is a stack is not full, then you perform the push operation by these two steps, top plus plus and a of top is equal to item. Let us see the algorithm for the push. So this is the algorithm for the push. The first step is checks whether stack is full or not. Because if stack is full, you have to print a message stack overflow. Otherwise, if stack is not full, then only you can perform the push operation. So next is, if the stack is full, then print the stack overflow and exit. You cannot perform the insert operation if there is a stack overflow. Otherwise, if there is no stack overflow, then we are going to perform the push operation by these two steps. First step was top plus plus, and second step was a of top is equal to item. See? And step 3, if the stack is not full, we increment the top to point next empty space. Means top plus plus. Step 4, add a data element to the stack top location where top is pointing. After incrementing the top, we insert the element at the top position of the array. And last step is the return. Now we will see the function. If you see this algorithm carefully, first we have to write the check the whether stack is full or not. If it is full, then we give the stack overflow condition. Otherwise, we perform the push operation. See? Same. For the push function, we pass structure variable, stack structure variable s, and element. Item is a element in which we store the element that is to be inserted or pushed into the stack. So this is the first step. Check whether your stack is full or not. As you remember that here in structure stack, we take the array of size 3. So 3 minus 1 is a 2. So if top is equal to 2, that is s of top is equal to max minus 1, then we print the message stack overflow and return. Come out from the push operation. So if your stack is full, then we print the message stack overflow. Otherwise, we are going to perform two steps for the push operation. First step is what? Top plus plus, correct. So first step is s of top plus plus, and second step was a of top is equal to item. But array and top are the structure members. So if you want to access the structure member, you have to use the structure variable. So which is the structure variable? S. That's why we are writing like s of array is equal to s of array of s of top is equal to item. Okay. So this is the push operation. First we check whether there is a overflow or not. If it is overflow, we print a message. If it is not, then we perform the push operation with these two lines. Next operation on the stack is a pop. So pop is an operation which is used to remove the element from the top of the stack. So pop operation is used to delete the element from the stack. So pop will remove the element from which end? Only the from top end. For pop operation, we again require the two steps. First, the element which is at the top position will only get deleted if you call the pop. You cannot tell the number that you want to delete from the stack. Whichever, if you call the pop function, whichever element present at the top position, it will automatically get deleted. And after deleting, we decrement the top by 1. So next step is top minus minus. Let us understand it with the help of diagram. So this is the stack. If you remember, this is the stack full. Array stack size is 3 and top is pointing to 2. 2 is nothing but the max minus 1. That is 3 minus 1, 2. So this is the stack full. We can perform pop operation how many times? Twice. When we call the pop first time, 30 will get automatically deleted. Then 20, then 10. See, if you if I call pop function on this stack, so what is the first step? A of top is equal to 0. So this is the array of top means A of 2 is equal to 0. See, and then next step is top minus minus. What is top? 2. So 2 minus 1, 1. So top will decremented by 1. Now top is pointed to the 1. Again we perform second time pop. What will we get deleted? 20. See how A of top is equal to 0 means A of 1 is equal to 0, right? See here it is 0. A of top is equal to 0. Then top minus minus. Top is having now 1 value. So minus minus. So top will have 0 value. Can we perform pop operation on this stack? Yes, there is one element remaining. When we can't perform the pop operation if your stack is empty. And what is the stack empty condition? Top is equal to minus 1. But here top is equal to 0. So we can perform the pop operation. So if I call pop, this is the third time that I am calling the pop operation. So if I call pop, A of top is 0. So A of 0 will be 0. So we are going to delete the 0. Sorry, 10. And then top minus minus. Top is 0. So 0 minus 1, top will become minus 1. Okay. So this is the stack empty. If you try to pop the element from the empty stack, you cannot. But if you try to pop the element from the empty stack, there should be one message is known as what? Stack underflow. So see, if I call pop, this is the fourth time that I am going to call the pop. So if I call the pop on the empty stack, if you try to remove the element from the empty stack, there is one message. Since top is equal to minus 1, see here. Since top is equal to minus 1, stack is empty. So we print the message stack is underflow. You cannot perform the pop operation. So this is the stack underflow condition. Top is equal to minus 1. So if top is equal to minus 1, that is if stack is empty, then you cannot perform the pop operation. Now let us see the algorithm for the pop. The step 1, check whether your stack is empty or not. If it is empty, then perform step 2. If your stack is empty, print stack underflow message and exit. Then otherwise perform the step 3. It is if stack is not empty, then delete the element at the top at which the top is pointing. Means make A of top is equal to 0. Next step, after deleting, decrease the value of the top by 1. That is what? Nothing but a top minus minus. And step 5 is the return. Now we will see the function for the pop. So this is the, if you observe that we write here int data type of the pop function instead of void. Whereas in push we have write the void. In what is int? Int is a data type of the function. So whatever you are going to be pop from the stack, we are to store this element into some variable and we are returning it. That's why, as you know that the element of the stack are having the data type integer. That's why whatever we are returning the value, it is an integer. That's why here is the data type of the function is the integer. Now you will see. So as you know that the first step of the algorithm is to check whether your stack is empty or not. So what is the stack empty condition? Top is equal to minus 1. So this is the if condition. If top is equal to minus 1, as top is the structure variable member, so we are going to access it with the help of the structure variable. S of top is equal to minus 1, then you print stack underflow and return. Otherwise Now I declare one data variable whose data type is the integer. Data is a variable in which we are going to store the value, store the number or store the item which is going to be deleted. So which number is going to be deleted from the stack? So the element which is present at the top position is going to be deleted. So A of top is going to be deleted. So first we store the value of the A of top into the data. So we write here data is equal to A of top. Since array is in array and the top is a structure member, we access it with the help of the structure variable. So data is equal to S of ARR of S of top. Next is, after storing the value to be deleted into the data variable, we are going to perform actual deletion by for step A of top is equal to 0. So we are writing here A of top error of ARR of top is equal to 0. And next step is to decrement the top by 1. So top minus minus. So this is the function for the pop. And we return the data variable. Here we return the data variable and the data type of the data variable is an integer. That's why we write here integer. Okay. The next and the last function of the stack is a display function. As you know, stack is made up of one array and one variable top. So since it is implemented using array, the display function is also having the for loop, like we print the array, we also print the stack. But in array we add the for loop from 0 to the size till the size of the array. Means if your array size is a of 5, so you draw the for loop like I is equal to 0 to I less than equal to 4. But in stack you have all the elements from 0 to top position. That's why see here for loop is different. For I is equal to 0 to, so you are going to print the array from 0 to top position. I less than equal to top, I plus plus. And this code is same. So this is the last function on the stack. Till now we have seen four functions on the stack. Stack empty initialization function, push which is used to insert the element into the stack, pop which is used to remove the element which is at the top from the stack, and last is the display. We display the stack from 0 position to the top position. In next video lecture we are going to cover all the application of the stack. Thank you.